guys, it's the Tactical Hippie back again. I just wanted to say thank you. It's coming up on Christmas of 2023. I'm really excited to be taking a little bit of a road trip. So we're going to be going along with me as I basically test out the 2023 Toyota Tacoma Trail Edition on the road. We're going to be traveling through Wyoming, up into Montana, and then up into Idaho, all through mountainous terrain. Right now we're in the middle of the plains. There's absolutely nothing around me. It's beautiful out here. Absolutely gorgeous scenery is in store for me again. I love this drive. Taking the same route up, different route back. And I'm pretty gonna, come along for the ride, and we'll see how the Tacoma treats me. So far, I can actually say with confidence that I'm getting blown all over the place by the wind. I assume that's typical, but I feel like I'm fighting the steering wheel, and also, the car's transmission is hunting a lot. But we'll talk about a little bit about that later. First of all, here's a few shots of the footage so far. Thank you for coming along, and we'll talk soon. Way back from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're on 15 South in the middle of Montana, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here. You guys have seen the footage. I'm telling you, man, something about the Rocky Mountains is just so beautiful to me. But shout out to all my friends overseas. Shout out to everybody. I hope you had a great 2023. Again, we're wrapping things up for the 2023 here. We're going to be going into 2024. We're going to be making some rad content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thing is, right now, middle of nowhere, by myself, okay? I've got a cruise control on, and I'm just zooming down the highway here. A couple of things about the Tacoma that I wanted to talk about. The transmission is kind of hunty. It switches gears a lot, trying to maintain your speed, which isn't always bad. You want that. So it tries to maintain your speed, but it drops from 4th to 5th, and then you might even be able to hear it right there. It's just, I'm on a fairly flat road, and it's at 4,000 RPM, so it sometimes it doesn't want to switch back into 6th, right, while you're cruising, and I feel like that probably uses up more gas mileage. Anyway, again, absolutely gorgeous area. I mean, it does not get any better. So I think the seats are pretty comfortable. I think that if I could have the premium seats in this edition, I would. The premium seats are kind of a fake leather, but you don't get that in this one. You get these cloth seats. But as far as the seats are concerned, they're really quite comfortable. All in all, this is a way better vehicle to road trip in than the Supra. Navigation is better. In the BMW, a lot of people don't know this, in the Supra, because it's got a BMW head unit, it actually doesn't work with Android Auto right out of the factory. So I don't have Android Auto on my BMW. So the navigation right off the bat is much poorer on on the Supra than on this, because you get the Google Maps. You can zoom in and out on Google Maps and actually get a satellite view, as you can see. Pretty dang cool as far as that's concerned. You can also get, you can see the album art for songs on Spotify. I really like that. I've never had a car that had Android Auto, so for me that's a huge plus. The system for cruise control is pretty simple to use as far as concerned. I don't really like the spot for the wand where they have it here. I feel like it should be on the left-hand side, or they could have figured out. I just don't like where it's at. It's very small as far as it's concerned, and I know you don't want to. You can always stop it with your cruise control with your foot, right? You can hit the brakes, stop it that way. However, I like to sometimes just do push button stuff, you know. One thing I like about the Super Cruise Control that's better than this one is you can bump it up 5 miles an hour by holding the button at a different length for a different time length. It'll change whether or not it bumps it up 5 miles an hour or 1 mile an hour. But that being said, cruise control, all in all, would say is better in the Tacoma, and for the main reason that it has a radar that pops on, and the radar tells you or looks for things constantly in front of you and will slow down for traffic, and you don't have to do anything. It like senses the traffic, senses their speed, will slow down, and then if you're below where you've set your cruise control, it'll just maintain that speed behind other traffic, about 3 cars back. And then when you when you get over and there's no traffic, it will sense that and then go and resume automatically. So cruise control on this one, A+ as far as it's concerned. They get an A. So the gauge cluster on this, thing is kind of dated. You get a little screen in the center. We talked a little bit about this, and as well as the screen is a little bit dated. This version of the Tacoma hasn't been refreshed as far as it's concerned until this year. There's a lot of talk out there whether or not this new 4-cylinder turbo hybrid is going to be as bulletproof as the 6-cylinder one that I'm driving right now. It remains to be seen. However, I think 4 years from now, it is entirely possible that this is still the golden era for the Tacoma as far as miles. I don't think anyone can argue that when you go and look for high mileage vehicles to see what's out there that's cheap that you can still buy. No, that's the wrong thing to say. These are still not cheap. They retain their value almost too much. Okay? That coming from somebody who just bought 2 of them. They do retain your value, so for me it's a good thing. However, at the same time, going and buying a used one is very expensive. But I digress. The point was, you always see, holy cow, that was a really cool Jeep. You always see, someone was in a Jeep, it was a VW wagon. You always see high mileage Toyotas. You do not see a lot of, other vehicles. It is flooded with high mileage Tacomas, high mileage 4Runners. It's just this engine is bulletproof. So I think there is an argument out there that I may have the last year of the golden era. So I talked a little bit about sleeping in this vehicle. I did it again. I tried to sleep in the vehicle. This is all for you guys. It's all for content. It really was terrible. Part of my issue is I did not bring like a sleeping bag to get into inside the car. So I had a nice pillow. I had a sweatshirt over my bottom half, and I had a jacket over my top half because I didn't really have a great blanket in the car. Okay, so that was basically what happened. My bottom right, my bottom on the left-hand side was close to the door, because you want to shut the car off. You don't want to idle all night long, right? You don't want to idle while you're sleeping. So anyway, I pulled over at about, what was it? It was midnight? Yeah, it was midnight. I pulled over at midnight, and I tried to go to sleep, and I couldn't get to sleep until 4 a.m. for getting comfortable. Woke up at 7 and made the last trek of the journey. Way better than the Supra. I gotta get a hotel on the way home. Same thing. I think I'm gonna get a hotel. We'll see. That remains to be seen. But, all in all, great road trip vehicle. Really enjoying it. So, to wrap things up, hardcore utilitarian vehicle? Yes, I think so. Is it going to start up every time? Yes, I think so. Last a long time? Yep, got it. Check. Good materials? Check. Capabilities? Check, check, check. I don't really think crawl mode and the terrain select are that important as far as a four-wheel drive vehicle is concerned. I think the lockers and the four-wheel drive is enough for me. As we go into Idaho.
Welcome to Idaho.
We're in Idaho. Thank you so much for watching the channel. It's been a wonderful 2023. We're going to be doing some more cool stuff. We're going to be modifying both of my vehicles this coming year. It's all going to be for you guys, and I'll document my process and try and film videos about me modifying these vehicles and doing cool stuff to them. Shout out to my sister for letting me come up and visit on holidays, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2024. Thanks again for watching the Tactical Hippie, and I'll see you next time.